So just recently, as of Monday, I believe, the Fox News anchor Tucker Carlson has been fired. Now they're labeling it as a dismissal, which is probably more of a legality, when it comes to language, because an employment contract is being involved. But either way, he's gone from Fox News, and this is a big deal because it seems pretty apparent that one of the major news networks, hell, probably the last major news network, in my opinion, is about to go extra woke. A lot of times decisions like this is made due to money. I mean, it does make the world go around. So I don't think that's too far-fetched in this particular situation here. And with a news corporation like Fox, their main source of revenue is, of course, advertisers. You need great content and personalities on TV to voice, educate, and entertain people with the content one brings. And this is what Tucker Carlson did. Now, personally, I only watch a show occasionally, like 2 or 3 times a month, but I personally don't watch too much TV. I normally watch, clips, some YouTube videos, for education and entertainment purposes, and make videos like this. But I know a lot of people, especially older folks like my dad, shout out to Pops. I know they love to watch someone like Tucker because he stood out. His content was more based than anything on CNN or MSNBC. I mean, he was so loved and respected that even his enemies are glad to see him gone.
Welcome back. Word has just come down that Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. We thank you for his service to the network and host of the prior contributor. Wave. We'll talk more about it tomorrow but we wanted to make sure that we let you know what was going on.
Well, can I ask the audience if they'll help me do something? Come on, folks. Na 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 na. Hey, goodbye. Na 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 na.
And those women are jokes. Now that show needs to be canceled ASAP. But anyway, back to Fox News. Out of the other personalities on Fox, Tucker was, I believe, the number 2 show behind the 5. But that's a show with 5 people sharing the stage. So as far as being the lone anchor or personality, Tucker Carlson was easily number 1. So his show would generate high ratings, therefore assist in bringing in advertisers. Basically, he was the leading scorer on the basketball team. So getting rid of him says one of 2 things to me. Somehow he was too much of a liability, or the company is going a different direction. And Tucker probably wasn't on board with it. So either way, he's gone. Now, Fox News loses a lot of his gravity as being a strong opposition against CNN and MSNBC, their direct competitors. Now, we know just recently Fox had just settled with Dominion Voting Systems for over $780 million. Due to what they claim was misinformation in regards to the 2020 election and how their voting machines were, involved in this proposed deception. So, of course, by being held liable for such a large amount of money, which per reports is about 20% of Fox's $4 billion in liquid assets, this puts a heavy burden on the company. Therefore, I would imagine that, they will want one of their highest grossing personalities to continue, putting in that work to help generate revenue. But since that was not the case here and they fired him, it leads me to believe that keeping Tucker Carlson was probably going to be more of a headache.
You were the attorney representing Abby in her ongoing lawsuit against Fox News.
Yes.
I think there's some mistake to think that these matters are closed, but they're not at all.
Not at all closed. Abby has 2 lawsuits, one in Delaware, where she is essentially alleging that there was a civil conspiracy to throw her under the bus, get her to testify falsely, to cover up Fox's misdoings in that case. And that case is ongoing in Delaware. And then she has a case in the Southern District of New York, which is a very unique, even for me, who's been doing this for 30 years, practicing employment discrimination law, a uniquely strong case alleging gender discrimination, glass ceiling discrimination, failure to promote. She didn't get an executive producer spot, although she was a one-woman show along with Maria Bartiromo, and then ultimately was replaced by a man, and then even worse, jumped out of the frying pan into the fire and went to the Tucker Carlson show, where she was subjected to one of the most vile, toxic work environments I've seen in my 30 years of practice.
So it seems Tucker may have gotten a form of Me Too, but we'll see, as this case is by his former subordinate, Abby Grossberg, is still pending. Now, I don't know if Fox News will be innocent in this upcoming lawsuit. They most likely will settle, as they just did with Dominion. But just like I said earlier, a lot of these decisions come down to money. And the fact that Fox is being hit with these lawsuits internally and externally, but their competitors like CNN and MSNBC end up winning some of their lawsuits and are able to keep their internal infights, pretty much hidden better. This will probably make Fox, use this as a blueprint and implement it going further. I mean, I believe that last year or in 2021, Rachel Maddow was not only able to win a defamation lawsuit against her by OAN, One American News. She referred to them as Russian propaganda. But not only they lost, but OAN had to pay her $250,000 in lost legal fees. And of course, just recently, Don Lemon was let go by CNN, and his departure was most likely due to his behavior with his coworkers. As he was labeled as being misogynistic and having diva-like behaviors, which honestly I could see happening because Don Lemon, to me, comes off as a uppity, bougie type of person. That's just me. So CNN most likely just got ahead of the curve and, clean house with him. But unlike Tucker, Don Lemon didn't have such a big platform. Tucker, on the other hand, he was able to generate ratings that had him as, one of the top in early evening TV ratings. So in the long run, Tucker will be fine, as he can land with any online platform, like right here on YouTube or go to Rumble. And I mean, he won't make the same money he was making at Fox, like $20 million, but he'll be still making something, some good change. And another alternative that he can explore is a possible joint venture with Elon Musk, as Musk, had recently purchased Twitter earlier this year, and he had lamented about, owning his own TV platform. So we'll see, because I could see Elon starting a news channel and have Tucker Carlson just lead it off, and it definitely be successful. So as for Fox, like I said, they will start to lean more towards the liberal side and be more woke, because nowadays it's just safer. I mean, which is unfortunate. I mean, I believe if they have kept Tucker, and in the long run, they would have made the money back in years to come. But we know more is about to be leaked on the story. And I just want to get my opinion out there, and I'll just end it with this. Mainstream media is on life support. These online platforms are the way to go if you want the truth, mixed in with some solid opinions. I will do my best to continue to provide such truth, and I hope you do your best to always seek the truth and always do your research. Because if you thought 2020 was misleading with the elections, whew, I have a feeling you and we won't believe what we see and hear in 2024. So stay awake.